Hola, guys.
We need to...
It's Joe and Matt with VMP's Tuning Tuesday, Season 3, Episode 20. I hope you guys had a good Memorial Day weekend. I hope you did some observance and remembrance for those that did the thing.
Yeah, we did all of our fun on Sunday and then kind of laid low yesterday. That's the way to do it. Otherwise, then you come in Tuesday all dragging and...
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
So we pretty much just hung out and watched Memorial Day movies. Is it AMC? Which one was it? So, or whatever, TMZ, whatever. What AMC? Yeah, no, yeah, well, no, they did like a thing where they were doing, they did like Saving Private Ryan, Fury, Top Gun, and American Sniper all in a row.
Sounds like an
AMC. That's a good
I was like, all right, I can get down on this.
You need a light American lager and lots of pretzels.
Oh, man.
It was decent. So, Aiden had never seen American Sniper.
Good movie.
So I didn't ruin it for him. I was like, yeah, you go ahead and watch this. End of the movie, he's over there just crying, dude, just sobbing, dude. Yeah. He's like, I don't understand. Why is he dead? Like,
I know that it's like not an American thing to like not like that movie, but there's a part in the movie where he's holding
the baby. Yeah, don't talk about the baby.
Yeah, it is very clearly fake as shit.
Very clearly a plastic baby.
Yeah, yeah, I know, but
it's bad. It's real bad.
That movie hits you in the feels every time.
A very much I Love Latin moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that movie will hit you in the feels every time for sure. So
we got Oral Mitch. Hey VMP. Hey Oral Mitch. Carl.
Hello. Carl that kills people.
So we'll zoom in and enhance.
Oh, hold on. Speaking real quick. Just because
Oh, here we go.
Just because you made the reference, did you know that llamas might be the cure for COVID-19?
That'd be amazing. Well, they just gotta go spit on you and you're all cured?
Like the thing. Llamas like develop like an antibody inside them that like fights off COVID-19. So Carl might save people. Just throwing it out there. Right?
And then kill you.
Yeah.
With the meat monster, with the meat dragon.
That was an odd mental merry-go-round.
It's a good time.
Anyway.
JB's music. How is the Odin Supercharger going on?
Doing good. It's going on lots of things.
Yeah.
It's going on all the things.
It's a very confusing question.
He said and HUD. I don't know HUD. Doesn't mean weird.
No.
Housing.
How you doing?
HUD isn't that like government assisted housing?
I think Joe nailed it. I think that was a how you doing.
We're good.
Oh.
Bruce Spanholtz, I was just wondering if you have ever done any dyno polls with the Evans waterless coolant. It said its boiling point is like 375 degrees, hence no chance of heat soak. I don't think that's what that means.
No, yeah, that's not what that means. So, yeah, I've done one with Evans coolant in it. It's extremely expensive. It's basically like brake fluid that's kind of been remodeled to work in a cooling system. Mm-hmm. The problem with it is actual heat absorption is less than water. So it will take a much higher temperature without boiling over, but the engine will, in my experience, the engine had a tendency to run a little hotter because the coolant wasn't as good at absorbing heat out of the engine and transferring it into the radiator. So no, I don't think it's going to help with your heat soak at all. All it would do is, it's generally used in race applications where, like rounding around road course stuff, where you're going to see 230, 235, 240 degrees, and you don't want it blowing out of the radiator cap. Is generally where it comes in handy.
And we got Nick Geekus. Is a return fuel system needed to go E85 on a supercharged 17 GT? Goal is 750 wheel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry. You can squeak by with like high 600s on a stock pump with a booster pump on E, but that's depending on the health of the pump.
And the boost you're running.
And the boost you're running. On 750, yeah, you need a fuel system. Unfortunately, there's no way around it. You're stuck with the reality.
Jeremy Sano. Just ordered my Odin yesterday. I watched your 15 to 17 install previously. Do you have any other install tips? Yeah, we have a video coming out for it.
Ooh, this week.
This week.
So Brian is dropping a video this week.
This man, JD, to my left, and Sauce Boss
All
working
are dropping
tails off.
to make it. You have a so you have a
3 days
15 to
of
17
filming.
install.
3 days it's been about the last 2-3 weeks.
All right.
putting it all
Yeah,
together.
so you'll have an install video. Don't worry about watching the 15 to 17 video.
Awesome animations, you get right in there, everything's very, we explained it all.
Nice.
Excellent. So right about the time that
Full sizes, thing, yeah.
everything, tool sizes, full on instruction. Excellent. So
I like it.
if you, and then I guess that works. Then you can just kind of pause and play as needed throughout the.
Timestamps, you can
Got timestamps. Look at you guys.
Yeah, I made it very apparent, so if they wanna like put it up on
Man.
a big screen, pause it, look at the animation, like,
Man, I don't even care what Justin says about him in the meetings when he's not there. That's crazy.
yeah, I hear about
The
it.
same meeting that Matt's not a part of.
Right.
Oh, bother.
Oh, Bob.
So yeah, you got a
Yeah, there'll be an install
you
video.
got an install video coming.
Specifically for Odin on 18 up, so.
This week or early next week.
Well, see now it's changing dates. See that? See that? There he goes. There he goes. Changing dates on it already.
You know me.
Maybe they might have to reshoot a scene. You never know. Wait.
we actually do.
Oh, sad. Earl Mitch, do you guys ever tune any imports?
No, I mean I have.
Yeah, I don't really.
I've done some standalone stuff on randomness. I did like some Mazda Speed 3 stuff and some Mazda Turbo Protege stuff back in the day. I've done a couple BMWs. I did a Supra once. Well, dude, is that a Supra? I
So,
did a Supra once.
do we, can we, will we?
Yeah.
Have we? Apparently.
Have we? Yes. Can we? Yes. Will we? Eh. I
Yeah.
prefer not to. It's just I don't do enough of them, and they're not. There's too much time involved to get geared up on a new platform.
Yeah.
There's basically you're better off. Can I? Yes. There's probably people that are better at that particular platform, whatever it is.
There's
And I'm not
People
gonna,
that have more experience.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not going to take your money.
Then we got Zach Myers looking to borrow swap my Mustang. How fast will it be? My man.
It will be not as fast as Joe's.
Boom.
Actually, knowing Zach, it will be faster than yours. Because Zach won't stop until it is faster.
Zach goes hard. Then we got Josh Longest. Hello, quick question. How much oil does the Gen 2R hold? And I know it's kind of a vague question. How often does it need changed? Saw somewhere it was like 4.25 ounces. Yeah, I want to say it's 4.25 or 6 ounces. I can't remember off the top of my head. And
You fill it until it runs out of the fill hole. If
no,
I'm not
you do
mistaken.
not do that. Do not do
Not
that.
at all.
It's a specified quantity. You can buy it on the website. It's in a prepackaged bottle.
They come
I don't
filled,
recall the
just
exact
so you know
quantity
that.
offhand. They do come filled.
They come filled because we had someone do that.
If you're going to spin it to the moon, we'll call it 50,000 miles. If you're going to spin it at a reasonable level, 100,000 miles. And then Alan Shack. Have you done many GT350s? I have an 18 and have a Whipple Gen 5 on it. If you have, what are the limits you have seen? I do have billet oil pump gears. I haven't done any boosted GT350s. I can't tell you what the limits are. I do have billet oil pump gears. Cool.
I've done some ProCharge ones.
Yeah.
I haven't done any Whipple ones, but honestly, they can't be that hard. That being said, I couldn't tell you what the limits are. I would assume it's not that much different than a regular Gen 2. So probably in the 750, 800-ish tire range on
They
good
make
fuel.
that pretty easy since they're 12 to 1.
Yeah, on good fuel.
We
So-
got James Haywood. Hey guys, I've got a 2010 GT500 VMP Gen 2 2.6 pulley making 19 pounds of boost, 93 octane ID1000 injectors. I get garbage for gas mileage. The computer sits constantly at 7.5 miles to a gallon. Sounds like something is incorrect there. That or you drive your
Yeah.
car like an asshole. One of the two.
Yeah, I think it would get better than that. And again,
I
first
have
thing
customers that get 20 to 22 miles to a gallon in GT500s.
well, that's on the interstate.
Yeah.
I feel that in a GT500 boosted, if you're playing around with it city driving, I feel like you should still be able to knock
13
down
to
in the
15.
13 to 15 range.
Yeah.
That being said, the mile per gallon on the cluster isn't always accurate.
I will say the
It
mile
should
per
be
gallon
accurate.
that you receive is directly a result of how you drive the car.
Yes.
So
Well, what I was getting at is the 7.5 miles per gallon is accurate, assuming the injector modeling is accurate. So that being said, I would check it against like an actual fill up, drive it X number of miles, fill it up again, and do the math. See if it's still terrible.
that's also assuming that the gear ratio tire size calculation is correct, so you have an accurate mileage count.
There is that too.
So there's
Yeah.
a few different things being assumed. I can assume that if you're getting 7.5 miles to a gallon, one of the calculations is wrong, or you drive your car like an asshole, and that's the easiest way I can explain it. Other guys get that.
He said other guys say that that's
Seems-
crazy and get 16 if they beat on it.
I'd say 16 if they beat on it probably isn't actually beating on it, but I'd say that 7.5 miles to a gallon isn't a normal gas
No,
mileage
there's
for a
something is
500.
not ideal. Something might have a massive vacuum leak or something like that.
I don't know. We got JB's music. Do you go to track days of some of your customers or so? Guys, you got to get better with grammar with asking questions.
It's that voice that,
I
it's
don't
that,
think he's from here, because that was like
Okay.
a thing my ex-wife used to do. In Germany, she would say more so. It's like a thing they just say at the end.
Interesting.
oh. Anyway,
Just throwing that there.
yeah, I don't really, we go to track events like bigger events, obviously.
Yeah, we don't really do much
Um,
private rental stuff with
We don't
customers.
do, yeah, we don't do much private rental stuff with customers. We have, it just kind of depends. But statistically, no, not a whole lot.
And Lewis, 5 to 600 rear horsepower in F-150. Should I go 3.6 or 5.0? 3.6. Does he mean 3.5?
Probably, I think he's talking about 3.5 EcoBoost or 4.
If you're talking about making 5 to 600 wheel, go 5 liter.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot easier.
And then Rick Cackness, hello Team VMP. Hey Ricky Bobby.
Hello. Hello, hello.
Love the donuts.
I know.
Oh, he
Always
brought
brings
the
us
donuts. Oh,
donuts.
he brought the donuts.
Which day did he bring donuts? Did I miss him?
Just all the time,
He does bring
Oh.
donuts a lot.
Well, I thought you were saying, speaking of something like
Oh, no.
recently, because I know we had donuts up there. I just didn't know who
No,
they
it
were
was
from.
Sauce Boss the other day.
Oh, he brought the donuts.
He's trying to get us.
Well, either way, we had donuts and they're good.
Mm-hmm. Rick's good people.
Yeah,
More questions come, Jason.
I gotta get his stuff over. I told you I talked to them about Friday about his stuff. We're gonna get that handled.
Yeah.
I have a solution for your stuff, Rick.
We
So
got
anyway.
Jeremy Sano, any plans on an E85 upgrade kit for Odin?
Mm.
So, E85 upgrade kit for Odin.
Mm.
There's already a fuel system in the works for 18 up.
Yes.
It might already, no, it's not done yet. We're waiting on a couple more things. But yeah, there will be a fuel system for Odin cars. It's actually already on Staying Mode's car if you want to see videos of that. And then we have Mike Moore on an 18 GT. Do you guys use HP tuners or SCT or something else? I like the Transbrake function that others have enabled in HP. Ordered my Odin last week and can't wait to work with you guys. We use HP tuners on 18 up GTs when they're
Yes.
supercharged.
And we can do the Transbrake thing.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm gonna need you to sign that paper that says we're not responsible for broken everything.
I just think that it's so silly that
It's very hard on
guys-
stuff.
A lot of these guys that we're having ask us do Transbrake aren't using the cars for purposes that you actually need to use a
It's more of a
Transbrake for.
novelty, I think.
No, it's definitely a novelty. I just think it's silly. Like, I
Yeah,
think
a
that-
blower car generally doesn't need a Transbrake because you just
Especially a
stab
PD
it and
blower
it
car.
goes. Yeah,
Yeah.
especially a PD blower
Well, a lot
car.
of these guys aren't even worried about reaction times. They're thinking that the Transbrake is going to help their ET a mile an hour, and it's not.
Yeah.
So that's my frustration with it. But
The Transbrake is the best for turbo cars.
yeah, and also good for reaction times on like Pro Trees.
That's true.
Then we got Mike Moore.
I don't know what that is. I've never
Oh,
raced.
that's Mike Moore from before. Or old Mitch. God damn it, Matt. Will you guys be in Bradenton this weekend for the reunion event?
I heard about that. I'm not.
not gonna
I heard they were doing. I don't even know what it is. I just know that they're doing something because I'm friends with a couple people on Facebook, and I see them posting the stuff up. I don't know what the event is, but I won't be there. I might peep it and see what's going on, but I don't think I'll be there.
Jerome Malik Galarza. Any failures on Gen 3 Coyotes with positive displacement blowers and heat soak? I haven't heard of any heat soak related failures on Gen 3 Coyotes.
No.
And then Rick Cackness. Woohoo, thank you. No problem, Ricky Bobby. And then we got Jerome Malik Galarza again, planning to go Odin. Cool. Yeah, Odin does a good job
Mike
of
Moore,
cooler
I'm
stuff.
horrible on the tree. It's the only reason I like the Transbrake. Yeah,
Okay.
hey, there we go.
Then that'll help.
It will definitely help. You just off
Yep.
you go.
Just release a button and then you go.
So there is that.
We got Boostaholic Racing. Does VMP finance parts for poor people like me that want to go fast, or do I have to keep adding to the penny jar? I've always been curious. Thanks in advance, guys. Keep up the badass work.
We do use. Are we still using Affirm?
I don't know if Firm's active or not.
Affirm and PayPal credit.
Affirm and PayPal credit. I personally like PayPal credit because they'll do the 6 months interest free. So there's that. But we also do Affirm as well. But I've never bought anything through Affirm. I couldn't tell you what.
I hear of good experiences with Affirm, but
Yeah, I've never used them. I've used PayPal
Yep.
credit on stuff.
I imagine it's probably like the rest of them, buy the thing, make your payments on time, everything's all right.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
usually how it goes.
Yeah.
Things usually just go south
Yeah,
when you
that's-
don't make your payments.
Right. Well, the only thing, and that's like the PayPal credit. I think it's 6 months interest free, or maybe a year. I don't remember. It depends how much you spend. And so no interest is a good thing, but you better make sure you pay it off in that time period. Otherwise, you owe all the back interest.
And then we've got Tim Cochran. What's up, fellas? Matt at Performance Evolution in Smyrna, Delaware is installing and tuning a VMP Gen 3R MHS NSR Stage 1 cams on my 14 GT500. I have a JLT 123 FRPP 65, Cook's long tubes and off-road X-pipe. Let's make some bets on the rear wheel horsepower and go.
What fuel?
Yeah, what fuel and what injectors, and are you running a booster or not? Because if you're going to be turning that up to any decent boost level, you'll need all three of those. But they make good power. Probably 750 wheel on pump gas at a reasonable level with the right supporting mods.
And pulley. We don't know what pulley's running.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you set it up right, I've seen 1112s do 730 with cams, and not getting too aggressive with it. So a 1314, you could stand to reason to probably make a tiny bit more because of the displacement and the better heads and all that stuff. But yeah, probably around 750 wheel on pump gas.
Boostaholic. Thanks, guys. I've used Affirm, so this is very good news. Hey, do it up.
No problem, man.
And
if all else fails, credit cards.
Yeah, and like I said, this week we're doing a big push on some Odins and Gen 3Rs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think, is today the last day or is Tuesday the last day?
We're running the sell all the way till Friday.
Yeah, it goes till Friday.
Okay.
So
Heat exchangers, blower kits.
basically, we got a bunch of stuff on sale.
Everything we build virtually is on sale.
Pretty much everything we build is on sale. So polish off that, take the Affirm and brush the
Slap
dust off of it, slide it in. Hey, listen, it's not real money. It's plastic.
And we got Tim Cochran, 93 octane, and yes on boosters. So then the only remaining question is what injectors will you be using? Because to turn it to any significant boost
I didn't
level
mean
on
to do
pump
that,
gas,
Joe.
you'll need bigger
I didn't
injectors.
mean to
He didn't say injectors.
Sorry, Joe.
What are you doing?
I
You
was
can just scroll.
I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, Joe.
There you go. Now you're back.
I'm back. I messed up everything.
Now we've got a dual Aziz Al-Shahmari.
What?
How many wheel horsepower 20 GT500 stock rod, piston, and block can handle? I don't know. I haven't seen
I've
one
seen
blow up
1,000.
yet.
I'm saying no one has broke one yet. And I've seen at least a couple at 1,000. So I'd say ish.
Yeah, how long will they hold it? Well, time will tell. They're
Yeah,
kind of
we'll-
too new to really know
we'll
what the
see.
limits are. Brandon Watson, Gen 2.
A T6, 132
T6.
AR, my man.
S480.
Ooh. Doesn't build boost until 5,000. Yep.
Yeah, it sounds about right, especially if you're talking about a 5-liter with a T6 turbo that's that fucking big.
And then does timing play a part of this? Absolutely. Cam timing and ignition timing both play a tremendous role, as well as the intake manifold.
I wouldn't say they play a tremendous role in the point at which a turbo comes on if you're doing things in a reasonable manner.
Well,
You could
You're
probably
right.
influence it 500-600 RPM.
Correct,
in either
yeah,
direction,
you
but
can
you're not going
you
to get
can
much
skew
past
it.
that.
5,000 seems a little slow for a Coyote. I mean, an S480 132, well, it's T6.
Yeah, that's the biggest
That-
thing. It's got a big old turbine on that.
You're also
thing.
you're not saying what kit, the design of the kit plays a lot into it as well.
Yeah.
I don't feel that 5K is unreasonable, but at the same time, it's not that great.
To me, if you wanted something to spool faster than an S480 at 5K, you probably should have put like a,
a twin kid.
yeah, or a, like a single 72.
Yeah,
Light-
but then they got back pressure
Yeah,
and all
but,
these things. And
I mean, you can have your cake or you can eat it too.
I feel 5K. I mean, 5K is not that bad. It still gives you a 2,500 RPM window.
Yeah, and I mean, if it's auto, it's not that big of a deal.
No.
That's where it's going to be shifting anyways. It's just getting it on get it on a converter on a Transbrake to get it spooled, and then you'll leave just fine.
But to answer your question directly, yes, cam timing and ignition timing does play a part of it. Not a huge part of it, but it does.
And then JB's music. Have you stuck one of the Odin chargers on one of your personal cars? It's on Chuck's personal car. It's not on
Yup.
anyone else's here's personal car.
No, we don't have one.
Dale Singh. Any events coming soon at VMP Ranch? I am not sure.
I don't think so. No, not yet.
Not with the COVID going on.
Yeah, it's all the COVIDs and things.
Nothing on the schedule yet, we want to, but we're gonna wait till everybody's safe.
Yeah.
18 intake, stock cam timing on 85, controlled by a Holly custom kit, playing switch to a 110 AR.
I don't think the AR is going to help much.
It'll help a little bit. It's going to band-aid it a little bit, but
But
you
it's
gotta
not
keep
going to be like you switch the AR and it spools at 3,500 type of thing.
core. Oh no, God, no! You're going to move like a 32 to 110. You're probably talking a couple hundred RPM. Custom kit, kit design has probably one with it. He's on a Holly, controlled by a Holly, so that has boost builder built into the software. So, assuming you're talking about Transbrake launches, because if it's got a Holly, I'm sure it's got an actual trans in it. You can do. There's a boost builder tab that actually works very well, and you just got to kind of have to play with it because it'll allow you to do fixed timing and fixed fueling based on a boost level, and it comes in really handy. Gives you all the pops and bangs and all the
The
stuff.
bing ding
Yeah,
bang pow.
the bing
ow.
bing bang pows. Yeah. Yep. So use the boost builder. It works. You just got to sit there and play with it and see what works the best.
And it shakes the back of the turbo, which makes it spin faster. Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
The sarcasm for those that couldn't catch it.
Yeah, that was definitely So Travis shot.
Just picked up a pair of 17 by 10.5 Rovo wheels and having a hard time choosing between Mickey Thompson ET Street SS and their street comps, but don't know if how long the ET Streets would last.
I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't put comps on anything that's making decent power.
Yeah, comps is like their true street, like their
That's like their equivalent to a 555.
yeah.
And I'm not about that life.
Yeah.
If you have any dreams of it hooking up, it needs to be on an SS.
And it's probably and the sad part is it's probably not going to last all that great either. Just do the other ones.
And then Jeremy sent out, FYI, firm is not available in all states. Iowa, PayPal credit for the win, living the American dream.
Why would Iowa not
Sweet.
allow?
I
Like,
don't know.
what
Bunch of
kind of
Nazis.
like why would this?
You know how them Iowans are.
Iowans?
Like I don't understand. You guys have all these potatoes and no affirm. I don't get it. But whatever. Listen, he's just like me. He's trying to make some terrible financial decisions.
Neil Thomas, 13 Boss 302, Gen 3 Booster Pump FIC 1000s off-road H5 twin 65, 82 millimeter pulley, 93 boosting, 15 PSI. What throttle body upgrade would you recommend?
Twin 67.
Unless you're going to increase the boost more than what it's currently at, I wouldn't really recommend a throttle body upgrade. If you're currently having problems with your twin 65, I'd go with a twin 67 or a twin 69. But until I see you over that like 18, 19 pound mark, I don't want you in a mono blade setup because your gain at such a mild boost level isn't going to be a tremendous amount to justify an $800 throttle body. Michael Peters, I have a 2016 GT Mustang with a Roush Phase 2 Supercharger with a Roush tune. The car is on 93 octane. What would be your best guess on the real horsepower? It's screwed
My
by
official
auto
guess is less than if it was VMP tuned. Just saying.
To know rear wheel horsepower, I need to know your
Let's look at-
elevation, what fuel. Well, it says on
Yeah, he said
93,
93,
and
and
then
it's a
manual
stock.
or auto is going to change how much power it's going to make. It's probably look. Let's just throw numbers out there since we're just throwing shit at the wall and see what
580.
sticks. Auto probably 570 wheel, manual
Yep.
probably 590 wheel.
I split the difference, Joe.
Yeah, just right
Said
down the middle.
580.
Just right down the middle. You done got him. We got Michael Peters. That was him.
Yeah.
My bad, man.
Jason Carter. West Virginia does not allow a firm either. That's
Nazis.
because they would. That's because they would buy up every single bottle of Mountain Dew in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
and we just can't allow that. Sorry, redneck joke.
And
Anyway,
then
continue.
Earl Mitch, and plans for VMP products for Hellcats. There's already,
We have the throttle body.
we have a throttle buddy out for him.
Yep.
And we can tune them.
Actually, it works really nice.
Yeah. And
then there's all this-
littering and.
oh, there's all this
littering
blankness.
and.
We need Brian's question this week, too.
Yeah, what's Brian's question?
Yeah.
We're out of questions. It's Brian's
I
turn.
Sorry.
It's
literally
okay.
just thought of it.
He just thought of his
Just
question.
thought of it, yeah.
What is Brian's
Fire away,
question?
homie.
So, there's like all these memes, right, online.
I love memes.
And, right, yeah, so here we go. And I also hear like Solid Boss and Big Jerem talk about it. I've heard Mike talk about it, you guys talk about it too. Why did everyone, like, so the meme is like, the mechanic loses his 10 millimeter
Yeah.
socket, right? So, like, why is it like the universal thing? Like, who decided 10 mil, that's the one?
It's such a common fastener
That's
size on
yeah.
cars that you're most likely to lose that socket because you use it so much.
Yeah.
No, I understand the joke. I'm saying, who decided 10 millimeter? Like, who was the guy that was like,
Because it's the truth. The 10 millimeter is the one that you lose the most.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
no,
He's trying to ask why was the 10 millimeter that bolt the most
Yeah,
common?
why is it the most common?
Oh, that I couldn't tell you, other than
Maybe it's just a thing where most fasteners on the outside of an engine are like an M6 or M8 size, and the size
Yeah.
of that head makes the most logistical sense
Yeah.
Okay.
because it's easy to get to and
I
it's
can give you an
a rounded out
engineering answer.
size. Ooh,
There's a
it's the
fastener
metric
size.
system. They like tens.
There you go.
Boom.
Yeah, is that, you think that's legit?
No.
I don't know.
Okay, it makes sense. I was like,
I feel that it makes sense for the given size of the average piece that you are bolting to a car or an engine, the 10 millimeter is sufficient. Whereas 8s are probably a little bit on the smaller side, and 11s and 12, I mean, who uses 12? That's absurd.
1 centimeter. See?
10 millimeter is 1 centimeter.
See, who wants to do a 1.1 centimeter socket?
Oh.
It's nice. It's 1 centimeter
Okay.
for 10 millimeters.
This just made someone's OCD incredibly happy.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find the pattern, that's all. I'm just
I
looking
feel
for the
you.
pattern.
Yeah, the pattern is that I don't know why, but they're all 10s, and that is the one you're going to lose. I have multiples. 10 millimeter is like the only socket in my box that I have multiples of for that very
It's
reason.
the only socket in my collection that has a companion socket set.
Yes, I have that
That's-
same one.
Yeah.
It's got like this wiggle.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
a set of 10
Yeah.
millimeter sockets of all different.
It's made by Gear Wrench.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think there probably other people make sets like that too, but the one
It's
that
got
I
like a
have is Gear
swivel, a long, a short, a medium, 12 point, 6
It's
point.
got its own locks, like own
Yep.
lock rail where they all clip
Yeah.
on to keep it. Yeah.
Wrench. Yeah.
So then so that's like all cars, or is that just like,
I wouldn't say
I
all
don't-
cars, and not every fastener on a car is 10 millimeter. It
Right.
just
It's
seems
just
to
the
be.
most, it's the most common,
Yeah.
the most common?
for sure.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I would say 10, and the most common engine fastener is probably a 13.
Yeah. 10, 13, 15,
Yeah.
17, 18, 19.
So, that being said, I don't know any automobile manufacturer that still uses SAE. I don't know of any of them.
Probably like
All of
Polaris.
Ford, GM, and Dodge are all metric. Obviously, all of your imports, Toyota, Honda, those are all metric. I don't know of anyone that still uses SAE, and I don't know anyone that's used SAE even all the way back. I can speak for Ford and GM all the way back to like 96. Everything was metric. They just didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for a solid 20 years, everything has been pretty metric. I don't think there's anything SAE anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of funny because I went to work on my 65, and of course it's all SAE, and it's like, I'm surprised at the number of SAE tools that I don't own. I'm like, I don't, oh, and I had to do it this weekend because the head studs on that engine I'm building, the nut was an 11/16, and I needed a 12-point 11/16
Those get
deep
tricky.
socket.
Those get
And I was
very
like,
tricky.
I have this giant box and 20 years worth of tools, and I don't own this socket? What the hell?
Along that same line, I have a socket, I think it's made by Sunex, that's a 12 millimeter 12 point, built-in swivel, specifically for
Ooh.
Ford drive shafts.
Yeah, I have one
And
of
it's
those.
like super shallow.
I have one of those.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it is, 12
Yeah.
point, 12 millimeter for drive shaft.
Yeah.
And I have the swivel 13 for bell housing bolts.
Nice.
So
Just
I got,
pops right in there.
yep, and I have that real long
2 foot
impact.
long extension?
Well, it's a 3-foot extension, but it's impact material, ½ inch on one side and 3/8 on the other.
That's the way to do it right there.
So you take your 3-foot bar with its ½ inch here with an impact, 3/8 up here, you put your swivel 13 on it, done. Bell housing bolt, gone. Because it stays on top of the train.
Blue
You can't
Collar
find it.
Daily, does the low-key Odin kit come with a remote session tune? It absolutely does not.
Absolutely does not.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because of the remote tune session?
Yeah, so that doesn't come with a dyno session. That comes with
Yeah,
a
we
tune to
should
get
we
the car
should we
running.
should specify. It comes with a tune. It does not come with a remote tune session. The difference being, we will work with you back and forth. We will send you a base tune. You could send data logs. We will send you revisions. A remote tune is where we do it almost real time, and we dial it all in right there and then on the spot, which we don't do. That's an upgrade. So the kit does come with a tune that we will make revisions on, but it's more of, we say 2 to 3 days, give or take, 2 days.
Yeah, it's typically a lot faster, but
It's typically a lot faster, but
if you wait 2 or 3 days, don't be mad.
right. Generally, we call it 2. Generally, you're going to expect 2 days between revisions with the standard tune the kit comes with. If you would like to pay for a remote tuning session where we sit down and dial in your car and only your car over the course of a couple hours, sending multiple files, that's a little bit extra. So I should say that, because I didn't want him to think we didn't tune it.
Yeah. Oral Mitch, have you ever seen a Hellcat be able to run a 1,000 wheel on pump 93, or is it only E85 race gas?
Pump 93 only, no. Because it's just not going to happen. 93 and
But it's pump 93 and methanol.
93 and
That's
methanol.
not just pump
yeah,
93.
93 and methanol injection, yes. We've come close. I've made 930 on pump on engines that I can't discuss. But anyway, I don't think 1,000 is going to happen. I just don't. If you took all the cylinder head and all the camshaft and all the blower in the world.
Turbo.
Yeah, oh yeah, you probably do it on turbo, probably. Because at the end of the day,
parasitic loss out of the equation.
at the end of the day, you still have the heat. Yeah, at the end of the day, you still have the heat of trying to go over 18 pounds. So to make a 1,000 wheel on 18 pounds is going to require a whole lot more naturally aspirated power. So I just don't see it happening. Sorry.
We got James Haywood. I don't drive crazy at all and was just wondering if I can fix it with a new tune. I did only have you guys tune it once, and I hear from other guys I should have it revised. You're more than welcome to send in data logs.
Yeah.
But I can say that 9 times out of 10, when I see 7.5 miles to a gallon, it's driving style. You don't even have to be driving it crazy to drive it in such a way that the car just gets shit gas mileage. You could be one of those guys that sits on the highway in 4th gear at 60 miles an hour. Because, it sounds good
like I said,
right there.
we'll be more than happy to take a look at the tune. Get it, get an idle and a slow rev data log, maybe a watt data log, or some light driving around, and we'll look at it and see if fuel trims are doing anything crazy. I mean,
by that same token, if it has fuel trims, it's going to consume the same amount of fuel as it would if fuel
correct, but
was
there's
off.
there's like a learning curve because it has to kick on and back off, and you don't know what
Yeah, there's a
timing's
learning
doing.
curve, but I'm saying if you were to go steady state down the highway on a tune that's 30% off versus a tune that's dead on, as long as your O2s are switching, your gas mileage is going to be virtually the
Right.
same between the two.
Unless
Unless the load calculation
exactly,
is so far off that
unless the
EGR
load
doesn't-
calculation is off.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what I was getting at.
We got James Haywood.
Oh, the same one.
Oh, bother.
It's all gray now.
Yep,
That
it's all
means
great.
we've read it, Joe.
Wait, does that mean we're done?
No,
Are we done?
no.
What time is it? 2:12?
2:12.
40 minutes? We'll go to 40 minutes. You guys got 5 more minutes?
Last call for
last call for
alcohols.
questions.
There it is.
Jefferson Howell. Hey, first time watching your live stream. I'm going tomorrow to look at a 2020 GT500. what upgrade should I get for my new Shelby, and what should I go for?
I really
First, you need to establish a goal.
Correct.
Before you start thinking about any upgrades, establish a goal with the car. I'd recommend driving the car as it is before you worry about what upgrades you're going to do to it. That's a great car out of the factory.
However,
Is there things that you can do to make it faster, better, stronger, cooler? Yeah. But you need to know what your goal is by doing that before you go wasting money.
what I would pick, I'm going to tell you what I would pick. What I would pick after seeing what's available for them, believe it or not, would be the intercooler. Because after seeing how the difference of our intercooler versus the stock one, I love how much heat that keeps out of the engine and out of the blower. I love that. So
And for what it's worth, in
I'd probably throw
stock form, the stock intercooler does decent.
yeah,
When you
but
start cranking more boost into it, that's where it starts doing pretty crappy.
and you know he's going to, because it's the easiest thing on the
Yeah.
planet is throw a pulley.
It's like
at it,
034 Cobras and GT500s.
I do maybe some injectors and a pulley and an intercooler.
Who is that? Am I fighting you on this?
Not me.
So we end on this one?
No, they got.
Did you
they
save
got
your
2 more
files before I
minutes.
yanked this out, Joe? Ding.
Oral Mitch, not tuning related, but what kind of music do you guys like? Kind of like everything.
We were
except
having this
jazz.
discussion before we started.
Literally.
Yeah, I hate new country.
Yeah.
Dislike jazz.
You just listen to the wrong new country. I'll show you some stuff.
Oh, here we
No,
go,
you gotta
DeBrian.
Show me shit.
I don't care. I don't care for. I don't care for country. I don't care for pandering country. Let's put it that way.
Do you like old country, Joe?
Yeah,
Like what kind of old country?
like Hank Williams
Senior.
Jr.
I'll show you some stuff, dog. That
All right.
people are still keeping it alive, Joe.
I don't agree with that.
Tyler Childers, Sturgill Simpson, Cody Jinks, Chris Stapleton.
They got the right name.
Let me
just
rephrase
not
this.
something.
I'm okay with listening to old country. I'm not okay with listening to new country. I am not actively pursuing more country to listen to.
There you go.
I'm completely fine with my rock, rap, and classical music.
So you're not open to new stuff inspired by the old great.
It's not that I'm not open to it. I just don't feel the need for it. I am currently musically in a happy place.
Yeah, I'm
I
kind of
have
with Joe
everything
on
I
this
feel
one.
I need right now.
I'm kind of with Joe on this one.
I don't feel I need to reintroduce an old genre. I'm not bored
kinda
with my
Joe
current
on this
music
one.
stuff.
This radio morning show I used to listen to, it was funny because they would make fun of country. And they had this game show that they would play where they would pick a random country song, and then the host on the show had to pick a word, a pandering word. And they would pick like boots, truck, beer, or whatever, and then they would start playing the song, and whatever word got said first, that person won. And it was great because it was like you never got through one verse without one of them winning
One of the
by picking some pandering ass word that they all sing about. Or dog, truck, it was a couple of, you get it. It was great.
Good
Basically,
country stories.
I'm a classic rock and then like a...
Garth Brooks.
Nah,
I like
yeah.
those Brooks. That's great. That's great country.
I'm a classic
Thunder
rock,
Rolls.
some rock that I grew up
Great
on.
song, bro.
I like the rock that I grew up on. Well, I don't even know, metal that I grew up, whatever you want to call it. Like some Rob Zombie, Korn.
Yeah, that's the good stuff
That
right there.
stuff.
Stuff I like.
Yeah. Modern music is terrible in general. I sound like my parents, but it's true. It's all terrible. Everything new is terrible.
There's
all
amazing
terrible.
artists right now, bro.
Everything is
Right
terrible.
now, amazing artists.
So
I just ain't
we have
for it.
we have Doja Cat. Come on,
Yeah, but
it's
that-
terrible.
Wait. 16 after.
But even
That's
back
it.
in the day, you had awful music. You guys were just picking the good stuff. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like
100%.
Milli Vanilli or whatever
Yeah.
they were called. And then, but we also had AC/DC. You know what I'm saying? Like it was awful. They're still good. It's
Yeah.
still today.
I like a lot of 90s and 2000s rap.
I'm on the
We were
same
having that
boat.
discussion. Yeah. Classical, I can listen to it. I don't hate it. It's not like I'm gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna jam out to this classical station in my car, but I'll listen to it.
I'll jam out to classical.
Dude,
I'll go hard.
I'm with you, Joe.
Makes me go to sleep.
Especially when people do metal covers of classical songs.
What different?
Dude, fingerstyle acoustic guitar is one of the most soothing things of all time. It's like really classical.
Serenade me, Brian. Serenade me.
See, Brian's gonna
And
serenade
with
you later.
the music topic, we are out of here.
Aw.
We'll see you guys.
into the night.
check out that Memorial Day sale.
Yes, buy all the Odins.
It's like go to our Facebook, Instagram, it's all up there.
Yeah, it's all up there. If you guys have anything you want, you see somewhere else for cheaper that you want us to try and price match, reach out. We'll do our best. And
Joe says, come at us, bro.
yeah, and stick around for Burnout Box on Thursday. And if you just want to see us, we'll be on next Tuesday. Until then, we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye-bye.